All right. Any requests from the board members?
Madam Chair, I'd like to have item number 14 and 17 under separate discussion.
Okay. Others? All right, and I'd like to have number 5 pulled for separate discussion. So we'd be looking for a motion then to approve the consent agenda minus items 5, 12, 14, and 17.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. All right, item number. Thank you. All right, item 12 was pulled, and then there was a request for 14 and 17.
Yes, ma'am. 2 items under number 14. I've seen the audience that Mrs. Yarborough is here. I'd like to see if she'd like to address the board. I know I'm catching her a little off guard. Yes,
Come
please.
forward, Imogene, if you'd like to address the board. I know the commissioner said he put you on the spot, but I've never known you to be at a loss for words, so.
And this is such a large tract of property, I think that we should at least hear from the property owner.
My name is Imogene Yarborough. My mailing address is P.O. Box 65, Geneva, Florida, zip 32732. My residence is 186 First Street. Thank you for the opportunity, but this morning I'm going to surprise you. All I can do is say thank you for your cooperation at this point. Every one of you. I appreciate everything you've done for this family and for the community as well.
Well,
Yes, you have a question for me.
Well, I just wanted to say, you know, it's not often that we have a landowner that has such a large tract of land that almost 5,200 acres of it would be amassed into preservation. And
Right.
so we thank your family for working with us in the Water Management District to make sure that that's preserved for many generations to come. So,
That's been the dream of this family,
well, we appreciate it. Thank you.
5 generations. Thank you.
Madam Chair, the only other item that I have on this issue is on the DO, on item 3B, where it talks about density of 300 units. I just want to make sure that we're clear on it, and I'd like to insert the word maximum density up to 300 units.
Okay, I thought it said not to exceed, but,
I did not see that.
okay.
Would that be a minor?
That's the intent.
We will
That's
make,
the intent.
I'm sorry, we can make that change to the development order.
All right.
Now, we're not agreeing.
We're not agreeing to it, but I just want to make sure that we're
Right.
clear.
That's
Even
what
though
the
We
information
make it
says, so.
definitive.
All right, that's the intent of the item number 15. All right, how about item number 17?
Let me comment on 15 if you would, since Dick and I are the only two left here that was there when this discussion went on about clustering. And there was quite a debate about clustering as to whether bonuses should be given for the clustering on it. And when this was approved, I never dreamed that we'd be using it to set up a subdivision in the rural protected area. It was also set up for rural area, but at that time, the public hadn't voted on trying to protect that area out there in the eastern part of the county in here. And I still, quite frankly, have problems and reservations in regard to this, because in essence, we're winding up giving them a 1-to-1 ratio rather than a 1-to-5 or a 1-to-10, which is how it's zoned out there on it. And I think that's how the density comes. And I was not, and still am not greatly enamored by providing increased density in order to cluster. So just a comment on the thing. I don't know how Dick felt, but you remember
Well,
that.
I agree, and we really haven't approved. Haven't approved anything.
I understand that. This is simply transmitting it and so forth.
Well, there's still 891 acres of uplands in this, and obviously when this comes forward, it will come forward for a development approval at some point in time in the future. So, I mean, this is just the action to authorize the chairman to do the final plat. So we will see it again. All right, item number 17.
Item number 7.
All right, any other comments or questions? All right, we'll be looking for an approval then for item number 5, 14, and 17.
Madam Chair, with 17, we're asking for that to come back, correct?
No, I think we were just giving direction to, as he moves forward, to look at that level of service, and as these all come up for renewal in June of this year, to make that one of his items that he's going to be looking at.
Can we vote on these individually then?
Certainly. Does anybody have a problem with combining 5 and 14?
No.
All right, looking for a motion for number 5 and 14?
So
So
moved. Approved.
All right, any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. All right, motion to approve number 17 with comments from the board and direction that as these continue to come back, and they'll all be back in June of '08
Yes, ma'am.
for renewal, that we look at our standard compared to theirs.
Madam Chairman, I will move to approve with the idea in my mind, if I stated myself clearly, all these protocols that are dealing with Seminole County residents are going to be looked at, and hopefully they can work together and come up with something that would make sense and we could all be happy with and protect our citizens at a higher level than what some of them may be.
Than the minimum standards.
Right.
Okay, so that's the motion, and we have a second?
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign.
Nay.
All right, motion carries 4-1. All right, that moves us to our